Hey, welcome to my journey. We're starting different. Today is Saturday. So this morning, me and my Holly, if you're new, my daughter-in-law is Holly and my daughter is Holly. So I call my Holly. We went to Mooresville. There was a church, humongous rummage sale. Well, let me tell you, I was talking to one of the women that worked there. They had a preview you could get in for $5 last night. She said, you should have seen what we had last night. I mean, this place was packed with stuff. She said, you should have saw last night. She said they took so much stuff out of here, so apparently all the good stuff got gone. I did find a few things, and they had tons of stuff, but none of it was stuff that tripped my trigger. Holly found a few things. I found a few things. So I'll just show you what I got. I found these two pillowcases. I thought those are awful pretty. Hold on just a minute. Sorry about that. Got a little tickle in my throat. But I just thought those were pretty. And then I found this. Those were $2. This was $1. Just a little decor piece. And check this out. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I got duped. I got duped. I didn't even look. Okay, this is what I was buying. Michael Jackson. I looked on the back. All the good songs. All the good songs. Look, it's a whole different CD inside. Straight to the garbage. That bums me out. Because it was good songs. And then I found this. The pound cake cookbook. I've still got to find the pound cake recipe for that little small 2-pan I bought, but I couldn't pass up a pound cake cookbook. So then while we were in Mooresville, we just hit the Goodwills. We hit the Value. It's called Value Thrift. It used to be Value Village. It's just like this one down here. They changed it. Everything's different. But we had some time to kill before the Goodwills opened at 10. Habitat opened at 9. Because see, we got up to the rummage sale early. So we were through with there because we went to eat breakfast first. We were eating breakfast before 7 o'clock, but it takes us like 40 minutes or 45 minutes to get to the sale. And so by the time we got through walking and looking, it was time for the Habitat to open. And that's what I bought. One knife. She wrapped it for me. It looks like the one David had that was like his favorite knife ever. And it fell, and this plastic part melted on the element of the dishwasher. So when I saw this, I thought, I'll try to get him, see if he likes it. Oh, that wasn't all I found. I found these. I didn't need them, but I got them. The loops for the pot holders, and then this. I'm gonna use this for Halloween. It's just an apple dipper. It's just, you can dip in anything, obviously, but the shape of this makes it perfect. There's a user guide and some sticks. But see, the shape of it makes it perfect to dunk an apple down in there. So I'm going to do that. Either chocolate apples or caramel apples or something for Halloween, and decorate them with sprinkles or nuts or, chocolate chips or whatever. So that's one of the things that I want to plan on for the Halloween party. So that I got. Oh, I got this too. I got more stuff there than I thought. This is like a brand new bag. It's heavy canvas, Lands End. I don't care nothing about campers because I don't camp, but I don't care. These are the best bags for grocery shopping. $5. Somebody put $7 on it, but they marked it down and put $5. And I checked it. I knew as soon as I saw it, it was Lands End. It don't even look like it's hardly ever been used, but it is. Lands End. $5. You can't beat that with a stick. You go look up Lands End, how much their canvas tote bags cost. And especially if you got one with a print, it's probably even more expensive. So then I got that, and then one of the Goodwills, I found this Beetlejuice. I figured why not. And then, I found these at the Value Thrift. The old thermoserve. Is that my vibe or is that my vibe? That's my vibe, honey. They had 3. I got all 3. I only needed 1 for decoration, but you know what? I got all 3. And then this is the final thing I found at one of the other Goodwills. Check it out. Oh yeah, the one that I got for free from Habitat a while back. I got it sitting right up here on my counter because that's the one I always use. And it was free and it works like a charm. It is a good crock pot. This is the same thing except it's orange. I think I'm going to put this one over there for that pop of color instead of that one, I think. But I give Holly my Pioneer Woman oval crock pot. She said hers acts funny. I said, well, take mine. So she took that. But that's all I got today. So I plan on, knock on wood, going thrifting Tuesday. But I thought I'd show you what I got today on Saturday. So I'll see you back for something. Well, hey, we're back and it's Tuesday. You just saw what me and Holly did Saturday. And so today is Tuesday. Now I had to go out to the doctor's yesterday. Let's see. No, Sunday I went to the thrift store. Listen, I just did. It's a sickness, and I know it is. My doctor told me so. I ain't a doctor, and I don't play one on TV, but I live the life. I had my psychiatrist appointment Saturday. Not Saturday. Yesterday, Monday. And we discussed it. We have some medication changes that are seeing what we can do about it. But until then, if you, I don't want to get like beat up by YouTube, but y'all know I'm bipolar. I'm not hiding it. I don't try to be ashamed of it, because if you have mental problems, I don't want you to be ashamed of them. I want you to go get help. If you recognize that something's wrong, I don't care what it is, go see somebody. If I didn't, I don't know where I would be today. Y'all think I'm crazy now? Woo! I don't even know what kind of life I would have if I had not started seeing my psychiatrist. Like, we were looking it up, and I've been seeing him for 12 years. Well, the one I started with, and now this one, he came along up in there some way, and my main one, he finally quit seeing patients here. But I told Ben, I said, you're never leaving me. I said, if you ever leave me, I'm just going to quit taking my medications. I'm not going to see anybody else. He said, I plan on going nowhere. This is my home. I said, okay. He said, and I plan on living to be 100. I said, good. He said, that's his goal, to live to 100. So anyway, yeah. But we're going thrifting. Well, I found a big, heavy platter. As soon as I saw it, I knew it was Pampered Chef, because I have some of the serving pieces. I think I splashed some drink on my glasses. I have some serving pieces with that pattern, and it was $3. Even the checkout girl, she's like, girl, she said, you got a deal on that. She said, that is nice. I said, I know. I said, at first I looked at it and I thought it said 23. She said, me too, the way the little sign looked. She said, me too. She said, I had to look twice. I said, me too. So I got a heavy, giant Pampered Chef serving platter that matches the servingware that I have. I was thrilled. And I found 2 Eagles CDs, good CDs, 2 Eagles greatest hits, like 1 and 2. And then I found Randy Travis, and I was up at it was Forever and Ever, Amen. And I was so excited to find it. And I got up there and I couldn't get it open, and the little girl opened it for me. The CD was missing. I said, see? There's no CD in it. Just like I got screwed over on that Michael Jackson at that church sale. But at least I didn't pay for this, and I did not make the rookie mistake. I just couldn't get it open for some reason, so she had to open it for me. But I think that's all I got. Now, I did go yesterday to Wanda's because I need new steak knives. The ones I bought, y'all remember back earlier in the summer, I bought those Sheffield steak knives, and I was so excited about it. They're terrible. They just tear your meat. You can't even cut chicken with them. They just saw the chicken. They're terrible. So Wanda has enough steak knives to have a steak knife company with nothing else. But I only found 2 I wanted. They're kind of the bigger size that you get at a steakhouse, and I only found 2 of them. And it's just the 2 of us, and we never invite anybody over to cut steaks or chicken, so until I can find some more that I like as I go along. we're just going to have 2 of them. And I saved the case that those Sheffields came in. I'm just going to put them back in the case and donate them. Maybe somebody would want them. Maybe they'll sharpen them. Maybe they're just nostalgic for them. I don't know, but I don't like them at all. So that's what I've done this weekend. There was no race yesterday. They had the week off. Well, I'm sure they make them work sometime in amongst the weeks, but they had a week off. And I saw William Byron, because I followed him on Facebook. He's been out and about the beach with his buddies. He had a picture of a girl, him and a girl. Yes, he did. No comments who she was, nothing like that. Just he was standing behind her, and she was kind of giving you one of them little, that's right, grins, little short blonde hair, sunglasses. I told David, I said, oh, he's got a little girl picture. But he was having a good old time. He was at the river. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I'll be ready for him to be back racing this week. Felt kind of funny not racing on Sunday, not having to do that. David, he went Saturday, worked all day mowing the field. He told me, he said, I feel like I've been beat with a ball bat, because he has one of those Cub Cadet 0 turns, those big lawnmowers, because that's the only thing that'll cut the field. And the field, the whatever that stuff out there that grows, the straw, whatever it is, it'll almost dull a sharpened blade after one go round. He has to go over it twice. And then plus there was some rain that has still settled in out there with it being wet. And then of course we had a big downpour this weekend, so he didn't get to go back Sunday to go back over it again. He still hadn't finished Terry's yard. Holly mows her yard. He'll weed eat it for her. But listen, let me tell y'all. I bought my new dishes, and I love my new dishes, my yellow dishes. Well, somebody said they missed seeing my coffee cups, and I'm thinking, what, I miss seeing my coffee cups too. I get bored with the same thing, and I've got a few separate coffee cups that I use, like my vintage coffee cups, but I use my yellow ones. And I'm missing my different coffee cups. I cannot find them anywhere. I have looked for 2 straight weeks. Even had Holly come home and help me, because I can't pick up stuff in the building, to see if they were in a container of stuff I took out there. If I put them in my Pioneer, because I didn't get rid of my Pioneer Woman stuff, because what if I decide one day I want to go back Pioneer Woman? And I had another things of stuff I didn't want to get rid of, just dishes things. Neither one of them. There was nothing else new put in there in the building. I had her look over where my Halloween and Christmas stuff is, over where my other stuff is. Can't find them nowhere. I have looked in other parts of the house. I have looked for 2 solid weeks, and I cannot find my coffee cups. Cannot find them. I found the one Joan gave me, not living too far away, and it's got a heart at North Carolina with Kim, and a little line that goes up to a heart at New Jersey with Joni. I found that one. And so, unless I find some that I like at the thrift store, I'm just going to use some of the ones I've been collecting, like my Krispy Kreme. Because, I like to drink out of a restaurant coffee cup. I like that thick lip part of it. It drinks good. So, until I can figure out what in the Sam Hill I done with my thing of coffee cups when I put out my new dishes, I am bumfuzzled about whatever happened to them things. How do we even do that? So, I don't know. Looks like it's going to rain today. I'm looking out here how dark it is. But I went yesterday. Ben told me, he said, have you been to the Habitat down here? I said, no, you had one. Because his girlfriend, she thrifts like crazy. He said, I have to tell her, get this shit out of the house. And she works there too. And he said, she brings in more stuff. He said, we got rid of 3 55-gallon bags of stuff we took to Goodwill. I said, well, my husband, bless his heart, he said, we just want to keep y'all happy. I said, I know, y'all do. And so he told me where it was. It was just down on Main Street. I hadn't been there before. I found one thing that I wanted. Their stuff was, I saw a real pretty mirror, a vintage mirror. Wooden. It was very, very pretty. It was $25. I just didn't want to pay $25 for it. It wasn't worth that to me. But I found a yellow spatula with a wooden handle, and I have yellow in there in my kitchen. I wanted it for my little utensil holder. Well, I got up there, and that's all I had, and it was $1. I told her, I said, oh, I said, I hate to use a card for just $1. I said, but I have 1 penny. That's the cash I have. So she said, don't worry about it. So she rang it up. It was $1.10. And then the receipt spit out. I put my card up there, and then the receipt spit out. She goes, wait a minute. She goes, oh, she said it did as cash. So I expected her to re-ring it. She goes, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm like, are you sure? She goes, yeah, I'll take care of it. I'm like, okay. So she gave me that dollar special for free. And then when I was in, because I go to the psychiatrist in a different town, and so I went to the town beside of them, which is a ritzier part of town. I went to their Goodwill, which I have been to before. Not very, very often. But, oh, I am here 10 minutes early. Goodness gracious. Well, I get a good marketplace. And, they have nothing. They have nothing. Ugh. It was terrible. But today, I am not going to, Charlotte. I'm going to have to leave here and go get gas. I swear, I just got gas. And I don't know where I drove to and sucked it up. But I did. So before I go to Salisbury, where I get my gas now, I was getting it at 7-Eleven because when they first opened, they was having all them good sales and everything where you save all that good money. Now I save that money at Dash In. I get my gas cheaper at Dash In than I can get it anywhere. And so where Dash In is, it's right off the interstate in Kannapolis. So let me get out here and park all by myself. So I would just get on the interstate and head down to the Dash In and save like 25 cents. Sometimes more than that over the cheapest that the other people have. But listen, that if y'all watch my pumpkin spice video, that pumpkin spice, the pumpkin roll cake, I'm gonna have to throw it away. It's so sweet. I cut a little sliver about that thick, and it's about like that round. Can't even eat half of it. It's so sweet. It makes me sick. Good pumpkin spice flavor, but sickening sweet. Cannot force myself to eat it. And if it's too sweet for me, David hadn't even tried it. So I'm just going to have to chalk that one up to can't do it and throw it away. So that one was a fail. I have not tried the M&Ms yet, so I don't know how they taste. I had me a Pop-Tart the other day. Yesterday, I think it was. I can't eat a Pop-Tart at night for a snack if I get hungry. Like if I wake up in the middle of the night, I've been waking up hungry a lot. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. And sometimes I want a little something sweet before I go to bed, because sometimes I'll eat my supper earlier. Sometimes I won't eat supper because I don't want what I made. I don't want something else. That's my problem. I don't want what I'm supposed to have. And I ain't figured out yet how to make me eat what I don't want to have. I mean, I've done it before, but it's kind of like I'm over it. You know what I mean? And, so I had me a Pop-Tart yesterday, the pumpkin spice Pop-Tarts. I forgot how good they were. They were real good. But I'm on the lookout now for Witch's Brew Alani Nu. If you're out and about to any store you're in, I don't care what state you are, if you see Witch's Brew Alani Nu, let me know so I can look at my stores. I read that they're supposed to come out August the 11th. I don't know how true that is, because on these Facebook groups, people just say anything. But I've got to buy enough to last till next August, because I do know it comes out in August. But I'm going to have to buy enough to last till next August. If I can buy a case, that would give me 2 a month to last till next August. So I think I could live with that. But it's my very favorite one. The very first time I ever had an Alani Nu was that one. And it was at Dollar Tree like maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And I don't know how it ended up at the Dollar Tree. And the only reason I bought it was because it was called Witch's Brew. Because if you know me, anything about me, you know, wrong arm, I love witches. I love witches. I have 2 shelves of all my vintage stuff that are still witches, and they will stay witches. I have a thing for witches. I have since I was a kid with Witchy Poo. I love Witchy Poo, one of the most ugliest witches you've ever seen in your life. Loved her. On HR Puff and stuff, she began my love affair with witches. Well, I tasted that thing, I'm like, doggone, that is good. So then you have to get them when they first come out, because people will hog them up. You won't get any, and next thing you know, they're selling them on eBay. You can find them right now. If you want to pay like $50 for a case, 6-pack, stuff like that, not a case. If it's at Walmart, they'll probably be like $2.50 a piece. Some people are saying now they're finding them at Five Below, but they're $3 a piece. I'm willing to take my chance and wait. I'm not paying $3. I'll pay $2.50, but I'm not paying $3. Today's is Sherbert Swirl. I need to go back to Sam's Club and see if they still have a box of that before it all gets gone. I don't know if they'll bring in Witch's Brew. I know last year I got my Witch's Brew at the Walmart neighborhood store down in Concord. Not the big Walmart. Just the neighborhood store, which doesn't have everything else. It's just the grocery store. That's where I found it last year. So if I find it, I'll have to buy Holly's. Oh, one person gets out of their car, everybody starts getting out of their car. Yeah. Still got 4 minutes. So if I find them, I'll have to buy hers. I might need to buy another box of cotton candy grape if they have it too at Sam's, because I like that one too. And something tells me, I don't know if they'll sell both of those kinds over the winter, or if they'll change or not. So it's 3 minutes till now. Maybe I'll go get in line with everybody else. All right. Well, I'll see you back if I get something. Well, I went fast. I can just go faster and faster because my eyes, I can just scan. I used to just dig through everything, but it's like, really, there's nothing so piled up in none of these stores that you can't just see. In the housewares room at Nazareth, you can squat down up in there and crawl, but anyway, there's just one thing sitting out that I got. This. Just because it was Ghost. I don't care about basketball, but you know I do like a Ghost. A little Halloween, I thought I can use that in my craft room for something. Anyway, it didn't have a price tag on it. I told her, I said, honey, I can't find a price nowhere. She said, well, let me see what I can do. She said, how about $1.99? I said, well, I can do that. So after my discount, I got it for like $1.60 or $1.61, something like that. So I thought it was worth that. But anyway, now I'm going to run, get my gas, and head to Salisbury. Well, I'm through in Salisbury. I'm up here at the Habitat, and I'm going to show you what I got. At Nazareth, y'all know how, let me pull those here. I love these things, these wooden things that holds globes, and they just so happen to have a globe. So y'all know how I love these things. $2 each, and their limit is $5, so I had to round it up. If you use a card, you know. Sorry about the rattling. And then at the Goodwill, I found this. This is all I found. It's a big old book. Southern Living, 1001 Ways to Cook Southern. I thumbed through there and it looked like some things we would eat. And I thought, well, I might could learn something new for my Southern cooking. So I got that. Look how big it is. It's a nice book. It's a real nice book. So I got that. And then over here at Habitat, I found this. It's Christmas. But I don't care. It's a cardinal, and you know I love cardinals. And I looked at the bottom. It's a Cracker Barrel cup. Regular $2.99, so it has to be really old for them to sell it that cheap. But I got it for $2. They had 3 of them, but I only need 1. So I only got 1. But isn't that gorgeous? I will use that year round. I do not care that it's Christmas. And guess what? That's all I got in Salisbury. So now I'm going to head. No, I lie. I did stop at Sam's after I got my gas and went in to check for the Alani Nu. The 3-pack that I like with the strawberry, the sherbet swirl, and the cotton candy was on sale for $16 and some change. So I grabbed 2 of them. They didn't have any purple cotton candy, but last time I went in Walmart's, inside, they had a ton. So I'll just add it to my grocery list. So that'll be no big deal. But I also found some pumpkin spice, which will come up on my August pumpkin spice video. So anyway, I'm going to head to town now. Well, I didn't buy anything else. I went back home here and didn't find nothing at the Goodwills. And so I went home. I did go to the farmer's market and get David some tomatoes, because he said the ones I got last time was so good, because our garden just ain't done nothing. It was just one of those years. And I got that, and I got some October beans. They had October beans, so I got to go home and shell them. And we were having them for supper. And so I come back out here. What I did, I went to Taco Bell to get us a snack for lunch. Today, and only today, they were bringing back the Mexi Melt, and you get one for $1. You can only get one for $1, not all of them. And back in the day, that was my go-to, was the Mexi Melt. It don't taste like I remember, but it was good. So that's what I went and got us. And then so I ate and everything, and then I run down here to Food Line because I've been drinking half and half. That's what I get at Walmart's in my coffee. And I've just been wanting a light cream again. So, and I found a Tasty Cake apple cider donuts, the little baby donuts. I had to get them. So, I didn't have much luck shopping today, but that's okay. Some weeks you hit it, some weeks you don't. So, that will do it for me today, and I will see you when I see you.